All right, so Monday morning fights. I know it's kind of weird. So, with happy circumstance, I have the day off, and these fine gentlemen as well. So here we are. Brett's. We've got Adam, we've got Brett, and myself. I'm painting. Probably the wrong paint scheme on my King Tiger, so I'm gonna have to redo it. But whatever. So these guys are playing. Sorry, what's the mission again? It looks like Horseshoe of Doom. Fighting withdrawal, all right. Yeah. So, Adam, why don't you go through what you've got here?
Sure.
Glaringly obvious.
I got Panzer 4H's with one IC here, basically pushing up on a side here. And I'm going to take that gun nest and then push through.
And so you've got one painted?
One sort of painted. So the detail's not done yet.
So you're doing the stipple, right?
That's right.
The Dirty John method.
This is the non-airbrushed method.
Looking good. Looking good.
Good. I've got my Panzer Grenadiers here, joined with 2 IC and Panzer Shrek upgrade for command.
Okay.
I've got my Brumbars, which up until last game didn't do anything, and then they totally ruled. So we're trying them out. And then they are following up the second squad of Panzer Grenadiers. And then I've got my Pumas, which made their recce move.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So the Pumas are painted. Dastardly things. And so you're playing against Brett's Fallschirmjäger. Yeah. So Brett, why don't you go through?
Yeah, I got the casino list. Have some fortifications. MG nest.
MG nest.
There's a 2 IC
sure that's an observer.
With 2 mortars there.
Holy, what's with the iron cross on the ground? X marks a spot for treasure. That looks like a
glider special character. I don't know.
Oh, von Heidenberg or something, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's mid-war, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, Pack 40 nest.
Pack 40 nest here. Yep.
Got an infantry blob with some martyrs in the trees.
Yep.
More martyrs over there. Martyr 2's over there. Little Panzer 2 turret up on the hill.
Yeah, right.
I didn't get a good shot of these martyrs on our game because they're on the other side of the board. But that's looking.
Oh yeah,
sexy.
you got all your decals in there too now.
Yeah.
That's looking good.
And then that's the hill. Look at that bad boy.
The hamburger hill.
So a trench, nebs. It looks like those medieval times, like fortifications up on the hill.
And I've got a platoon of infantry in
reserve. Oh, an ambush.
Yeah.
Is it regular ambush or immediate?
Ambush.
Oh, so they can come in whenever you like.
Yeah, it looks like they'll be coming in first turn.
On these dudes here?
Yeah.
Right on. All right, have you rolled for first turn yet?
I believe attacker gets first turn.
And you're attacking because you're mech and he's infantry, right? You're always. Are you always defending or just?
Always defending in a defensive battle.
And that's because of the fortifications, or just because you're infantry?
Yeah.
It's because of the fortifications.
Yeah.
So now, is there in the casino list? Well, their casino list, so there probably can't be anything but mechanized. But so you
all the casino lists are infantry.
Okay. Well, yeah, that answers my question. I was going to say because if you could take a tank version of this list with fortifications.
Thus, the infantry aces.
Yeah, no, I'm an idiot. I just.
No.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so yeah, so I'll catch you after turn 1 while I probably have to repaint my King Tiger, which sucks.
Here.
All right, so turn 2. Since I'm painting, and yes, it turned out mine was wrong, so I brought all of them, so I'm painting my second one. But I digress. So what happened here?
All right, in attacker got first turn, so I basically fought a really aggressive strategy in the first turn. I moved up my Panzers, shot at the Pack 40 nest, blew it up. And then I did a little pot shot here, did nothing though. These guys are really dug in, really hard to get. My 1 IC moved up here, then stormtroopered out.
Okay.
And then these guys in their stormtrooper move basically moved behind the hedges to get a little concealment.
Right.
Over in this area here, I had moved up my my guys basically to start getting positioned, but I knew that I was going to get shot at a little bit by martyrs, so it was a bit of a risk, and they did, but I'll let Brett cover that in his turn. And then I moved my Panzer Grenadiers up, and then they stormtroopered forward.
Yeah.
They also lost one of these guys. Brumbars moved up, failed their stormtrooper, and then I had my Pumas moved all the way up here, fired. Failed to destroy this Pack 40 nest, but they did get this one, and then they stormtroopered back a little bit.
So now, just a question: like, how does it work? Do the pack nests count as one unit? So or did you individually one shot there and then another shot there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you split fire. Okay.
these
I just didn't know
here,
whether they
and
were
then shot one team over there.
Because I know when they shoot, or when you assault one, they have defensive fire. They link defensive fire.
Oh, do they
to
really?
one another if they're within 16. Yeah.
Gross.
But now that one's dead, then you're fine.
Good to know.
All right, so that was your turn one, and Brett. So what happened here?
I tried to smoke the panzers with the mortars here.
Yeah.
Failed to range in with all the attempts.
Okay.
These guys, I was contemplating shooting, but I need 6 to hit, so I got on the ground.
Yeah, you may as well wait till they move up, because as soon as you shoot, he's going to hit back.
Nebs took out a half track and an infantry stand there.
Yeah.
After he stormtroopered out of them.
And that's another pin, right?
Pack.
Yeah, they're pinned.
Yeah, they
Pack
are.
40
There, yeah.
missed.
Mm-hmm.
The Martyr 2s were wondering, contemplating to keep on the ground or not. They decided to shoot.
They
fully
popped
fired.
one. That's
Only
good.
popped one. The team survived.
Oh, they made the 5 pluses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. That's that?
And yeah, I guess that's that. I don't know. Now that you disembarked forward, I wonder if you're in range now. Actually, I could probably shoot you with my Panzer. But we've already moved on.
Well.
So top
Well, they're
two.
too busy
top
having a smoke, so now they're in. Now they can. There we go. All right, so we'll catch you after turn 2. Thanks. So this is what I was talking about. It's weird because I was doing my objective with the stripes, and then I started painting this and went, yeah, no, that looks dumb. So I had to go out, on the internet while they're still playing their game over there, and so that's the scheme now. So let's rotate that shit around. So there we go. So that's much better, and so that's what it's gonna look like. So I'm glad I brought 2, so I could work on that one. All right. So turn 2 has been completed. Don't worry about the light. It's fine.
No, makes all the difference.
It's actually making it worse looking through this. No offense. There we go. I think it is. Anyhow.
He's the director.
No. All right, so I'm gonna do this.
Comments.
I'm gonna do this without the light because Brett's giving me a hard time. He wants to bring out the light, and I'm telling him it's actually making it worse. Anyways, I digress. So turn 2 is over.
Yep.
So what happened? I see Panzers are way the hell over here all of a sudden.
Panzer 4H has moved up forward. They fired on the mortar teams just to sort of start building some casualties. They took out one, and then stormtrooper
to there.
Yeah, basically to get some covering from the martyrs.
From the martyrs over here. Okay. Over yonder, this looks like a giant
Basically,
mess.
I've taken the town. I've taken a bunch of fire, though, from transports. But it was largely unsuccessful, I'd say. Brumbars are slowly
They
moving
failed the
up.
stormtrooper, I guess.
Failed the stormtrooper again. That's sort of their MO.
So these guys are in the buildings now.
Yep, they're in the buildings. And then the Pumas jumped out, fired at the Pack 40 nest, did nothing, then popped back in.
Okay.
In their stormtrooper.
So that was your turn.
That was
Then
my turn.
Brett.
Nebs failed to range in, I think.
That's right.
The Martyr 2s popped out to kill some vehicles, one bogged down. The others killed half track and missed the Puma, and then Stormtrooper
And
back.
then stormtrooper through the tree line there.
Yep. Panzer 2 turret tried to snipe transport back there.
Oh yeah.
And failed to hit. The 2 actually fell back, and I was debating whether or not to help out the lone mortar or not. But because he's moving, he's no longer on the ground. So I figured, actually, infantry in the openers. Anyways, so he's hanging out there with the mortar. They can't really do anything anymore. So.
All right. So here we go to turn 3. Yep. None of you guys have reserves, right? No.
No.
You had ambush, and they came out already.
What is it?
Yeah.
Turn. You
Ambush.
start pulling
Ambush
off
showed up.
guys
Oh right, yeah. When do you start
When do you
pulling?
start
At
pulling
the
off?
beginning of 3.
Turn 3.
Yeah. So he
okay.
starts pulling now. Cool. Onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
All right. So turn 3. What happened?
All right.
Adam.
In my turn, I continue to move these guys up onto the flank, put them in position, fired, did nothing, fired them here, did nothing. So really, there was nothing happening.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why didn't you assault here to not bog them?
Noob mistake.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
throwing it out there. I thought maybe there was a reason.
Yeah.
And I recall
Oh, yeah,
hearing
that's
that
right. My
that
one
the
IC
CO
realized that he's, perhaps not strategically placed.
he should be over there.
Yeah, and so now he's starting to hoof it because he did send his transport to the rear.
Yeah. So this one turret is preventing him from just dashing across there.
Yeah. It would
The
be
one
pretty
Panzer
funny
II,
if that was
yeah,
the case,
yeah.
though.
So over here, what happened? These guys are up
okay,
against
these
there?
guys remained pinned, so they just basically stayed.
Okay.
I had my Brumbars move up, and then attempt to do a Stormtrooper move. This guy bogged on the Stormtrooper, but these guys ended up moving into position over here.
Okay.
These guys finally fired on the Pack 40
Nest.
nest and managed to take it out.
Sweet.
And then I had this unit basically jump out of the building, assault, and then take out these martyrs, and then take a round of firing. I got really lucky.
Major
And
saves.
only lost one guy. Unfortunately, it was the Shrek. So,
Oh well.
But that was what.
But you took out the martyrs though.
but I did take out the martyrs.
But that dropped him below half. That was what I was
Yeah,
trying
and
to
forced
do.
a check,
But
which
he
I
passed his
passed.
check.
So yeah, but from
6.
now on, if any, so
yeah,
any
so it can get
casualties
pretty
now.
ugly.
And on Brett's turn,
My turn. Nebs tried to drop these guys below half. Failed to range in.
Shitty.
Because of that, I had to lose my gun
MG.
to ground, so I MG'd
Yeah.
and killed one guy to force him to check. But I was pretty unimpressed with.
these guys just
with
sitting
my
pretty,
tactics.
guarding the objective. Oh, and just for the one objective is the gray Panzer. Was that 3? Yeah, 4, 3, whatever. I don't know.
Three,
And then that's another one. And the one that you can't pull is this is the
Is Indy.
Raiders Lost Ark one. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the one that cannot be pulled, but it's on Death Hill. So all right. So we'll catch after turn 4. Alrighty. So what happened on turn? Was it 4?
Yep, turn
Adam?
4. Okay.
So it looks like your Panzers are.
Yeah,
made it
Panzer
all the way over
IVs
there.
moved up around to the flank there,
Yeah.
fired into the martyrs. They didn't really do anything except for bail one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they got smoked, but we'll cover that.
Mhm.
What
Hang
did these
on.
guys do? Oh yeah, they moved into the building.
shot.
Shot. Really didn't
Killed
do
a guy.
too much. Yeah, I ended up taking a casualty. Puma stayed still, fired full, didn't do anything. That's fine. These guys still failed to unpin. Brutal. There's always one in every game. And then these guys moved up, shot at the Nebs, didn't do anything though.
Right. And on Brett's turn. Obviously,
I didn't
we
do
already
much.
saw the
I
smoke
withdrew
is
the
this way.
martyrs. I had to
Oh, right, 'cause
draw
you had to pull
something,
one,
so
yeah.
it was either the Nebs or the martyrs, and my martyrs have done nothing for me ever, so I pulled them.
Yeah. And I think the other part of the thinking was is that objective is the one that you can't pull.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That might give him more stuff to have to shoot at.
Mm-hmm.
I smoked these guys to try to give these a better chance of lasting. I didn't want to get 10 main guns shot into them. That would hurt. So
Yeah.
I smoked there. I'm trying to do a casualty to this platoon because it'll force a check.
Mm-hmm.
The little turret shot through the gap, hit twice with the main gun, but he made a save.
Hilarious.
HMG nest that he's ignored the whole game. Shot up his flank, but he made a save, so I wasn't able to get that
Brutal.
one kill. I debated whether or not shooting with these guys, but I decided to keep going to ground.
Excellent.
So
Pulling
that'll
the brake
that'll
hard.
either force his Pumas to lift it or
So turn 5 next. Here we go.
felt
So
like
turn 5. Adam, your tanks are over here.
All right, yeah, my tanks basically moved up to under the bridge here,
there.
and then they fired here into troops.
Under the bridge. Yeah.
Didn't really cause anything, eh, Brett? I don't think. No.
You didn't pin them.
No, didn't pin
that's too
them.
bad.
Really did nothing. My turn was kind of crummy.
Mhm.
And
Brumbars.
then the Pumas lifted the gun to ground, and
Yeah.
so that the infantry could fire
Mhm.
unabated, as well as the Brumbars, and I failed to do anything, I think.
Brumbars missed. Infantry pinned them, but didn't hurt.
Yeah,
them.
that's
I
right.
don't think they hurt anything.
Yeah, that's right. I had astounding
I
machine gun
failed
shots,
4
but
out of
then-
5 saves, but you didn't.
And I
get any
failed all the firepower
so.
checks with me.
And
so
then
it's-
Brett, on your turn, you laid some smoke.
I
it looks
smoked the Panzers that were right beside the bridge,
Yeah.
grouped up. I moved out some teams to assault them, trying to get a Shrek in their side. The Shrek missed on the shot. Got killed in defensive fire. I failed 2 out of 3 saves. So.
like. Yep.
And they broke off. So I've given him basically a free move to get full rate of fire with essentially no issues.
Loss.
Yeah.
I would have done the same though. I mean,
So turn 6.
It basically totally.
Failed. But you could have. You could have killed one and then.
Well, I'm fine with not killing any, but having him get a free move out of the concealment, out of the smoke,
Ah well.
It's just,
What can you do,
that's
right?
rough.
not good.
All right. So turn 6. Here we go.
Yep.
All right. So turn 6. What happened?
What did happen?
Well, I see
Well,
tanks.
last turn, the smoke and the assault gave you a free move out of the smoke, so
And so
you just
he-
shot
Oh yeah,
full
that's
rate
right.
of fire.
Did you
Yeah.
pin them or anything?
No, I
Didn't
didn't,
do anything.
touch anything.
I think he hit
I
once
need
or something.
6s to hit. I
Oh,
got
and
nothing.
the thing is,
20 shots.
that infantry unit that's back there has been pinned now since turn
entire
1
game.
and has not unpinned.
Fortunately, my one IC has now showed up.
So next turn he could fail too.
Good
Yep.
There we
That's
go.
right, yeah.
Double the fail.
Double fail. Double the fail, exactly.
Now I think this is the key moment.
Oh,
so I'm
I
just gonna move
forgot to
around.
shoot the HMG. Can I shoot the HMG?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
I mean, I've already ended.
So
my
while he does that, he decided to move the Brumbars up. bogged 1, assaulted, killed a gun.
Two guns.
2 guns. So the lone dude runs up.
That's right.
Platoon leader.
Gets a hit, doesn't kill anything, but got the hit. He was forced to back off.
Failed my
And-
bog check.
And that one got captured because
Actually,
he couldn't move
technically,
forces.
it would have pulled the assault would have pulled these guys in too. So they could have actually. We screwed that up. Too, but whatever.
Yeah. Then I would have lined up so that you can only hit this guy, I guess. Yeah. Oh well, whatever. So this guy only has 1 guy left, right? The platoon commander of the guns.
I pulled the nebs on my turn. So on my turn,
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh, on your turn you had to pull the
pulled
nebs,
the nebs.
but the bailed guy was within 8, so you had to make the skill check to make it out
And you
because
made it, yeah.
and you did make it. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, with the bailed guy's gonna shoot me. Like, what the hell?
Well,
So
no.
I pulled this objective.
Right.
My 2 IC and the 1 lone mortar are double timing through the open ground there for basically no reason.
For no other
You
reason.
can't really do anything, and if he shoots at them, it's nothing to me. So.
Cool. So now it's turn 7.
Turn 7, dude.
So you got to pull another objective, which is obviously going to be
At the bottom.
the
At the
only.
bottom.
Oh, it's at the bottom. Yeah. So it's obviously going to be this one here. And do you have to pull another unit, or are you now below? I have 4.
You are at
I have
1, 2.
2 on the board, so I hope not. I think I gained.
Ooh, are you below half almost? No, because you
Uh,
pulled 1.
I am below half.
Shit.
Does that mean I have to make a test?
I believe so.
When did I? So I pulled the platoon.
Oh
Is
no
it
no no
before
no!
or
It's
after?
no the platoon. Sorry, the company morale I think is the
Never
first
got
thing.
this far in this.
Oh, that's
scenario.
Double
true,
check it
yeah.
because you
Okay.
do the company
So I thought-
morale,
It
but you
is,
didn't
it's
need
the very
to,
first
and
thing that
then
happens
you
at the
pulled the
beginning.
So I
unit.
need to make
Turn.
one next turn.
Yes. Okay, there we go.
That's stupid.
All right.
Well, it saved your ass. You never know.
Bottom of 7 and then bottom of 8. I guess.
Yep. I guess.
All right.
So starting turn 2, the the CO was here, who then walked to there, then to there, then got shot at by.
No, I never
the
shot.
man-
Managed to
oh,
get-
okay,
stay
almost
out of shot.
managed to.
All the
Then
way
you
up
walked over
here.
there, all the way over
Here.
here, joined, just so that he could re-roll the 1, and then he rolled a 3.
Yep.
I think those guys are destined to be pinned. Yeah.
You should just pull them off the board.
Total
done.
fail.
Yeah, but you know what you need to do? You need to move
Fired.
a model over there so that when he goes to do that, he fails it, and then it cancels
You
the
know what I
platoon
need? I
kill.
need a fucking commissar. That's what
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Alright, so I'm possibly the longest turn 7 in the history of Flames of War.
Yeah.
So what happened? I see Panzers over here now.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
So the Panzers started where here?
I
first of all?
gambled
They did.
and.
Yeah. Well, let's do his
Oh
turn
right.
real
Yeah.
quick.
Sorry.
Okay,
So sorry. The first thing we have to mention that we already filmed. Is
Oh,
that,
yeah.
So that would have probably won you the game if you
Yeah,
had
this would have changed things
So
dramatically.
I'm just moving the camera.
Or at least given me a lot better.
fighting chance. So now, even if they do unpin, it's turn 8. So
the best they can do is move up here and do any kind of supporting fire, maybe.
maybe. Yeah. So your Brumbars are here.
Brumbars are here. They took out the machine gun nest.
Yep.
Finally, because they're wised up.
Yep.
Puma's
lifted,
gone to ground. I don't know if it's been worth it, really. Probably hasn't. Infantry has been firing like blazes into here. Hasn't really done anything.
Panzer IV's moved up here.
Panzer IV's moved up to here. They fired into here and did nothing again.
Right. So now on his turn, the big debate was, well, what does he do? Because he's going to have to pull one next turn because he has 2 platoons left, 2 tokens, and then on turn 8 he will get a 5th token, so he'll have to pull a platoon. He's obviously not going to pull this one here, so this one was going to have to be pulled. So he was going to try to finagle a way to move the Panzer Shrek up here, take a side armor shot, and at first he was going to assault out of cover because Adam left his tanks just within 4, but we realized that if it's not the whole platoon that can't defensive fire if that happens, just the ones within 4. So these guys, since this is all one infantry platoon, these guys, even this guy here shooting under the bridge, would have been able to like pin these guys. But really, so he's
I did actually assault, and they did actually.
he did actually assault and did actually pin. Now it has to be said that the Shrek hit the side of this, which would have been devastating because he failed his armor save. But hang on, those are
But
Scherzen.
There's
And
more.
Panzer Shreks are firepower 5+. And you made your save. So these guys were pinned. Save was made here. Obviously you didn't assault here because that would be dumb.
And I played a really odd rule here. I brought my 1IC out with the assaulters, and actually was kind of hoping he'd die and I'd be able to get a 4-up jump save to jump into the other platoon. Because these guys are going to need rerolls.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He's out of command. He's been out of command the whole game, so...
Because that guy's been over here as well.
No, one I see...
who's the guy with the mortar, the 2 IC?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But he actually made a save, so he went back...
So yeah, that would have been a free unit move. Although he's part of this one, he would have had to go to this one, or you get to pick it?
It says just anyone within command distance,
So that's cool.
I'm assuming you can jump to a different platoon, but...
That would have been an interesting... That would have been really interesting.
Yeah, that would have been cool permutation.
All right, so the last turn.
Cool.
It's for all the marbles, and this is the...
The thing is, if I just moved out in the open, he would just be out in the open, so he'd get lit up. So.
Yeah, and he'd die.
I'd still get a save to jump. I could have still done a turn later,
but I mean, 4+.
I wanted to jump in, yeah.
Yeah, but 4+ isn't everything to hang your hat on. Anyway, so we shall see how the game ends. All right, so first of all, we already realized that on turn 8, Adam would have to have done all the things he's doing now on turn 7. But okay, whatever. We were playing under the assumption. But now we come up with a weird rules question. So the 4 panzers here. Well, first of all, that one bogged down. Assaulted. There was a Panzerschreck right there. So you assaulted the Panzerschreck. Panzerschreck shot. And because defensive fire goes in the side armor, Adam made his Schertzen save again. Hooray! So with 4 skill checks, he obviously killed the Panzerschreck. Now, Brett decided to move back. Now, reading the rules, right? When he moves back this way here, he can't also be within 4 inches of the Pumas and the strung out infantry team. So clearly, these guys are going to have to be more than 4, and we just checked that these guys are going to be able to assault using the shooting is 2 successful rule, even though they didn't. It's nothing from shooting. Now, our question is, in the rules, it says after you do this, this unit can then break through, and it says another platoon. Can they break through to the same platoon? That's our question. Because if they could, then I know they only get 1 breakthrough. So after this, they couldn't. It would be like old 40K where like 1 jump pack chaplain, literally, that's happened to me a million times.
Yeah.
Right. So what we're wondering is if he does a breakthrough here. It says breakthrough into another platoon. Does it mean he has to go to a different platoon? Or does that mean he can do this one or another platoon? So we'll put the question out to the internet, specifically Sean Morris, because he would probably know this. But this is where we're sitting at now, so it'll be interesting. Alright, so it gets even worse. So we're determining, okay, so he's not going to break, or Brett has to move his guys.
Okay.
And the wording says...
I can choose to move none of them.
That's right.
Because you killed the guy.
Because in the third paragraph, all it says here is that at the end of your break of movement, any of your teams that remain within 4 inches and in line of sight of an assaulting team.
Right. So that would be these guys.
Right.
But that means these guys
are not
haven't assaulted yet.
Yeah, correct.
So these guys can literally stay here.
Yeah. So you're
not
fine.
move.
Yeah,
okay,
you're right.
Well, that's weird. So that's
I'm
not
breaking
really
off, but I'm not actually moving.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So the game is over. Let's just recap. So he break through into here, bogged a bunch of guys, but still did enough kills. Forced them back, and they were below half. But they passed their test at the end, the morale check to be below half. However, the CO did die because he's the only eligible model. So the CO is dead. Okay. Over here, the Pumas attacked. 1 got killed in defensive fire or something, and then 1 got bogged, and then so he ended up having to break away. So the 1 Puma is over here, and Brett captured 1. Then the infantry go in. Horrendous roll of whiffing on both sides for the infantry.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, he defensive fired because he could. Defensive fired, didn't kill anybody.
Actually, I think no, you hit 2 guys.
You hit 2, but he made both his saves.
Yeah.
And then you made your counterattack, and you had 6 dice.
So I had the choice of breaking off, and the game would just end.
Yeah, if he broke off, because he could break off and leave a guy within 4 of the Indiana Jones
that
truck,
would have been a
and still
win.
be outside that.
That would have been a win.
Well, no, because on the bottom of your turn, you have to take a test.
No, I don't.
Because your general's dead.
If I lost this platoon, I would.
Oh, right.
If I didn't lose that platoon...
Right.
Right?
But it turns out...
If I broke off, they would still been alive. I was at 6, so I wouldn't have had to take a test.
Because that's right, because they're above half.
I would have had because I would have had 2 active and 1 dead.
Right, but Brett decided to be the hero, and he's like...
I wanted to roll some...
I want to kill stuff.
Yeah,
so he counter-assaulted. Instead of taking the free win, he wanted to wipe him out. and then he whiffed as well.
I rolled 1 hit out of 6.
Out of 6.
Yeah.
And then he countered.
And then he countered, and he rolled 2 out of
But
7.
that was enough to force me to make a check, which I
And he's below
failed.
half. And then he's like, okay, at the end of the assault, because they're casino Fallschirmjäger, he gets a 2+ on morale, not motivation, right? And that's how it ends. So after all that, so that's how that ended. So
Man.
we won't even want to look at the clock that says 5 o'clock because we started this at 11.
don't
Maybe I'll edit that out. It was a long game, but we did have
night,
lunch and discussion and all this. But wow, that was nutty.
That was nutty.
That was nutty. So
was epic.
I usually do this, but so what would you change with your lists? Anybody? You've been running your list forever.
I need a 3rd platoon of infantry. They're the only good thing in the list, I think, really.
Well, that and your nests. Your fortifications are amazing.
The nests do nothing.
Or maybe it's only against me.
They didn't kill anything against me.
So what are you going to ditch to get more infantry then?
I've got one
The
list
nests?
that has a full platoon of Yagers, a medium-sized platoon of Yagers, and a full platoon of Pioneers.
Okay.
No fortifications.
So 2 Yagers, 1 Pio.
So I might take that list. It's basically the same as this, but you swap the fortifications out, add Pioneers.
Right. And Adam, what would you do
I don't know.
differently / Well, here's the thing.
Well,
that
differently.
that one unit that
Yeah.
was that. I mean, because that
I would have had my
changed.
1 IC.
Your 1 IC should have been.
Your
there
1 IC should have been
since
here.
the beginning.
And they
Yeah.
should stay with the infantry.
I don't know
But to
why.
be honest, the 1 IC did start from that forest.
and come on.
He ran all the way here, and he ended up
On
being in this
foot.
assault, and he's here on foot.
I know, crazy. Just a hoof
He
and...
traveled as far, arguably, as the Panzers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's a total
yeah.
encirclement.
He actually went further because he started moving up with them, and then he moved back.
Oh
and
yeah,
came
yeah,
back.
yeah.
But yeah, more or less.
And the Brumbars literally started there
Yeah.
and are currently here. Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd change anything in the list, honestly.
Well, because you were thinking of going Lehr, but that
Yeah.
means you'd have to ditch the Brumbars.
Well, and the layer list has its own strengths because you end up with a basic infantry platoon of 10 men strong,
Right.
which is that's 3 more than what I start with for 5 points. So that's compelling.
you need to bump it up to 10.
Yeah, you think?
7. Well,
Yeah.
I hit a couple transports, and you're making morale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That was key.
Yeah,
easy.
and that was pretty scary.
4 dead.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that I learned for sure is go for this objective on the very last turn. Because let's say he had done this in turn 6, let's say.
Yeah.
Right? That means this guy has to take a man alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many extra
Yeah,
tests.
yeah.
These guys, they're below half. Like, they'd have to take, like, there's more tests to
Vehicles
take.
don't make
So it means you need to make that last push. It needs to be on the last turn because then he doesn't have a chance to even take a company command after he's done the
Well,
assault on the last turn.
So the question is, with the way that I've got the second list done up, like what I do is I take out that one Panzer IV and I take out the Brumbars and I replace them with a heavy mortar team and with 3-pack 40s. The idea is that I can basically sit them defensively, lob and fire AT. But then the question is
But
can
then you
I
lose your
play-
mobility. I mean,
Well,
you
yeah.
play so aggressive
And
with
can
these
I
things.
play the rest of the list as aggressively as I'm doing right now? I would argue that probably I can because I've just beefed up my infantry by another 6 stands.
Right.
But you still have to play
Well, you have to play test it because
Yeah.
I think you should stick with the Brumbar. Well, maybe not the Brumbars. What if you took out just the Brumbars? Because I think there's 5.
Replace them with then. Heavy
Well, how many
mortars.
points are there?
They're 210.
Can you take a second unit of peanuts?
I don't know.
I don't think you need
No,
to.
I don't think.
Yeah, 150.
I
You
think I
could.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know why would I.
I don't know why you'd need mortars. I think you should go with Nebelwerfers would be your best bet.
You think?
If you took this, these are 210. Nebelwerfers are 185 with the extra crew.
Yeah, but
So that's 6. That's 6 guns. Double wide template. I don't know.
yeah.
You'd have to play it, but again, the Brumbars are a very big. Like even if they don't do anything, they're still.
and their
Holy crap! I
armor
have to
is
deal with it.
such that
Yeah.
their
I
armor
don't
is
know.
awesome.
I think I'd keep it. I think I'd keep the list as is. But anyways, so that's the epic battle that took a lot of the day. But
That's right.
this is why you don't have this mission in tournaments. So, there you go.